Good morning, good afternoon, Soul Tribe. You've reached King Tradit's Tribe. Today I'm gonna do a video about social media and your divine masculine and you. And I'm gonna explain some more aspects of how they use social media and then how it affects you, and some things that some healthy boundaries that you should put into place, so that way that it's not dragging you down, basically. But anyway, I'm gonna ramble on in the beginning like I usually do. I have some announcements I need to make, but for the impatient people, I will timestamp the message and put it in the description box. I would just like to say thank you to all my subscribers, everybody that's liked, shared, commented on any of my posts, even the people that has disliked any of my videos. I'm appreciative for any kind of feedback that I get. And you know, I looked at the amount of followers I have today, and I'm about 100 subscribers away from hitting 3,000, which I mean, if I'm waiting on 100, I thought I was only going to get 20 in the beginning, and now I'm waiting on 100 to get to 3,000. So that's really amazing. That's an amazing feat for myself, and it's an amazing feat also for you guys. And you guys, when I say you guys, I mean ladies too. Y'all part of the tribe. But I really appreciate that, and I'm very humbled to be able to assist you in every way. I'd also like to thank you guys for respecting my IG boundaries. The direct messages has severely cut down, so I really appreciate that. It's allowing me to focus my energy towards emails, which I've gotten an abundant amount lately. And if you are waiting on me to reply to an email, I will get back to you. Just be patient. I know some people have sent me an email over a week ago, and I'm just trying to take the time to be able to go through each email and make sure that I give a dedicated, sincere reply to your email. And some of these emails are kind of long, so I have to read through them a few times just to make sure that I'm responding in the proper way and I didn't miss anything. So I will get back to you. Just be patient. As most of you notice, I've done a few collaborations. I've gotten some mixed reviews. Most people find them helpful. I feel like that it's a great opportunity for me to give back to the community, for the subscribers that I've received, and you know, it also helps me to give back to the person that I'm collaborating with. You know, I don't collaborate with every single person that approaches me, but if I feel drawn to that person, I will collaborate with them, and I think it's a good opportunity not only for them but for myself. And so anyway, I appreciate your feedback on my collaborations. Also, I put an energy donation on the description and in my about section. Don't feel like that you have to give, but I put it out there just in case somebody feels like that they want to give. I don't want to take the opportunity away from them. And also I put 30 and 60-minute coaching sessions via Instant Go in my description and on the about section. This weekend was my first weekend finishing up coaching sessions, and it was good. It was a great opportunity for me, and a great opportunity for the people that I helped or assisted. And I appreciate those opportunities. I just think it's really awesome. So anyway, before we get into the message, one of the things that I want to do is I want to remind you guys of a few things that you could do, so that way that it minimizes some of the pain that goes along with social media, because social media is very helpful, but it can be very painful, especially when it has to do with a twin flame journey. So a few things I'd like for you to keep in mind is most, if not all of you, are light workers and spiritual beings having a human experience. And, you know, we need to make sure that we're maintaining our high vibrations. And that means in every aspect. I know that it's very difficult at times because we are human and we make mistakes and we do have human tendencies, but we need to sometimes just take a step back and try to see the good in people, or see the good in situations. For instance, I had an experience on Thursday where I was driving to work, and my car just shut off. She just shut down, and I'm very meticulous with my car. I make sure all the work's done on it, and I even do a lot of the work myself. But anyway, so it shut off, and I had to pull on the side of the road, and then I immediately called roadside assistance. And come to find out, once the car got to the shop, you know, it looked like there might be a crack in my engine block, which means I need a new engine in my car. And you know, that's extremely pricey. But the one thing that went through my head was not mad that my engine had to be replaced, but number one, I was healthy and okay, and number two, everything happens for a reason. So we don't know what that reason is sometimes. So sometimes it might be, you know, God saved you from a very, very terrible accident that you could have got into if your car didn't break down. But I mean, you just gotta trust in the divine and appreciate even sometimes the things that seem like bad things that actually probably could be, they're probably good things. And just remember, you signed up on this journey because of your inner strength that you possess and your dedication to raising the vibrations of God and spreading the light. So just keep that in mind with the social media thing, because I have a feeling that this message could trigger some people. So if social media is a touchy subject with you, then just don't watch the video and just until you're ready for it, because I'm not doing this video to trigger anybody. And when you feel like giving up, just know that no matter your current situation, the divine is giving you this opportunity because you're strong enough. And basically, this is your opportunity to shine. This is your opportunity to be that shiny shooting star. So getting on with the message. So social media, oh, hold on a minute. Make sure I chicken scratch. Hold on, let me get this in order. Bear with me. Okay, now I got it in order. I guess I should review these ahead of time. So, social media and your connection. So there's some great perks to having social media. And I'm gonna list some of the good, I'm gonna list some of the bad. The good is it's very convenient, it's fast, and you can share with multiple outlets at a touch of a button. The bad is, you know, stalking, waste of time, addiction, relying on social media, our social media and others sharing your info with who knows. Oftentimes the DM feels triggered and they will retreat to their shell or their shop because you know, the connection is very powerful. And whenever usually most of the DMs, when they enter into the connection, they're not even aware of the connection. They're not aware of twin flames, soulmates, any of that stuff. They just think when they're dating you if you're a divine feminine or a divine feminine energy, when they're dating you, all they know is that you're another person, and they just know that, hey, there's a connection there. But so whenever, and this is kind of covering one of my other videos, but I'm going to catch you guys up so that way you can understand exactly the direction I'm going in. But so whenever your connection and the energy slaps them in the face with things that are deep down inside, it's very painful. And so their instinct is that they will retreat to their shell or their shop. And then during this time, while they're away, it does a few things. It reduces the pressure of the connection. It reduces the pain internally and externally, because it's very painful when things inside them are being brought up, then they don't know why it's being brought up and the way it's being brought up to them. And they don't know what's triggering that. And so they're very confused. And then so that's where like the internal external struggle is. And then there's fear with figuring things out. And last, basically they retreat to their shell or shop to protect you and them and protect the connection. And some probably don't even realize that's what they're doing, but that's actually what they're doing. It's just a natural behavior that they exhibit. And during that time frame, they're probably going to exhibit some of these other behaviors, like block you in every way. They'll block you on the phone, they'll block you on social media, any kind of other forms of communication that you guys have, they'll probably block you. Or they might block and unblock you. Or they might block you in every area except for one avenue, such as like Facebook. This behavior seems really weird to the outsider, but this is actually very common behavior. To them, it's not weird. It's like they were ambushed, and they're running from something that is unknown to them. They don't even know why they're running, other than whatever it is causing them pain. And so basically, the analogy that I can give to make you understand this situation is kids, when you played in the woods, you play army and built forts in the woods, you would attack the bad guys, or your friends were the bad guys somewhere else, and you're the good guys, or vice versa, whatever. But occasionally your friends would catch on to your tactics, and catch you off guard, and then you would quickly have to retreat back to your fort, and you'd get into your fort, and then you would peek out looking for the hoodlums that attacked you. And basically that's your DM's actions without knowing what they are doing. So they're just peeking out to see if the coast is clear, see if there's any, is anybody going to throw any bombs at me, or anybody going to shoot me with a BB gun or whatever it may be. And so that's kind of the behavior that they're exhibiting. More than likely, they've never had a person trigger the things that was triggered within them. And if you're in a twin flame connection, then it wouldn't be more than likely it was they had never had anybody to trigger the things that was triggered within them. And so they would use the outlet of social media to view you, to see how they feel. So it's like the analogy I gave with a kid filling a bathtub up with too hot water and jumping straight in, and it burned them. And therefore, after that, they just, they stick a toe in the water to see if it's too hot or if it's just right. And that's kind of how they do with social media, is they'll open that door up and they'll say, see how, see how that feels just to be able to view you or whatnot. And they only do this once the pressure and pain is not unbearable any longer. And basically, what you need to do, if your divine masculine goes off and does these actions, is allow them to retreat. Do not chase them. The worst thing you can do is to chase them. If you chase them, it's just going to push them further away. And it's unhealthy actions too. So let's discuss social media in reference to you. So common behaviors for divine feminines. So divine feminines, they always have curiosity of what the DM is doing and his whereabouts. So they want to it's stalking them to see what they're up to, and a lot of it has to do with curiosity. There's no malintentions probably in that, but it's still stalking them. So you're basically relentlessly stalking from afar. And then you also become reliant on social media to get your fix of seeing the divine masculine. So, whenever the divine masculines and basically not communicating with you, and they've pretty much blocked you in every avenue, maybe except for one avenue. I know it's very tough, but divine feminines, I know that you guys, have to, you feel like that you need to see what the DM's doing, but that's an unhealthy behavior. So these are unhealthy behaviors, and basically what you're doing is you're giving your power away. And nobody has control over you. The only control they have over you is the control that you give them. And right now you're giving your power away. So, and you're also wasting time stalking. Basically think to yourself, what are you getting out in return? Or, in business terms, what's your ROI, or return on investment? What are you getting in return out of that? You're really not getting anything. Actually, it's harming you more than it's helping you. And these are codependency behaviors. And I will tell you, what you will get in return is nothing healthy out of it. It's actually harmful. So what you're going to get is it's going to cause your triggering. So you're probably going to see things in, possibly on your divine masculine's page that you don't want to see. Like maybe they're in a karmic relationship or something like that. And that's very difficult for us to deal with sometimes. And that's why, one of the reasons why, it's good not to stalk people and see what they're up to, because you don't want to cause any more pain to yourself than what's already there, because this is already a very intense connection, and by you opening that door, it's just going to cause a flood of emotions. You're wasting your energy by doing that, because you're not getting anything in return other than harmful emotions. You're not working on yourself by doing that, because you're wasting time. You could have just, instead of wasting your energy and time on stalking your divine masculine, you could be working on yourself. And it's possibly causing hate and anger within you, depending on what you see. And also you're pushing your union and reunion further away, because you're not focusing on yourself. And last, this is not behaviors of a queen. And all of those behaviors that I just listed are self-limiting behaviors, not of queen energy. You're all queens, but you got to put the work in order really to embody the energy of a queen. So what do? I'll tell you what you do. You take your power back. This is the fun part. Let go and put everything in the divine's hands. Release control. I'm going to tell you right now, one of the best things that I ever did was was release control and put everything in the divine's hands. Because I would tell you right now, in the past, I was kind of a control freak. I mean, I didn't have to control everything, but I like to control things, if that makes any sense. And but once I learned to let go, put everything into the divine's hands, man, it was like a huge weight was lifted off my shoulders. And then I got to the point where I just really didn't care. I mean, I care, like I care about, my divine feminine, but I don't care. Like, it's weird to explain, I guess. It's just I care more about healing and helping myself and becoming like the ultimate king and helping you guys out more than I care about what's going to happen. I guess I just accept that it's going to happen whenever it's divine timing, and so I just don't even think about it. And then you need to implement boundaries for you and them. Basically, what I would recommend is don't view social media. Get rid of it if you have to. Most of you know, I deactivated my Facebook page at the beginning of the year. And actually, I felt called to do that before the first of the year, but I held out just so I could post some last few things before the, during New Year's. But I mean, there was times where I was thinking about, like, what am I really getting out of Facebook? Like, am I really getting anything? I'm wasting too much time on there. Every time I get on Facebook, it's the same old garbage. I'm not really getting much out of it. So I got rid of it. I'm not telling you have to get rid of Facebook. I'm not telling you have to get rid of any social media. But what I am telling you is if that's limiting you taking your power back, you might want to make a change. If you have open comms with your divine masculine, tell them that you want to focus on you. That's important. Tell them that you want to focus on you. And then set the boundaries as far as communication goes. If you guys are in communication and it's okay for the text or call, whatever, you set the boundaries, but I would make sure that they're healthy boundaries and make sure that the boundaries that you set are going to ensure that you have ample amount of time to concentrate on yourself and basically get yourself to the ultimate queen. If your divine masculine has codependent behaviors and is calling you and texting you all the time, well, you might want to make stricter boundaries and maybe limit to no calling and just texting, and that way you can respond if you want, and you don't have to respond. Don't worry about pushing your divine masculine away. If they're your twin, they will continue to think about you all the time. I've been in basically no comms with my divine feminine for about 15 months. There isn't a day that doesn't go by that I don't think about her. Matter of fact, it's actually pretty consistent. I think about her all the time. It's not because it's codependent behavior. It's just because she pops up in my head, or I see synchronicities, or something happens and it just and it just reminds me of her. And that's the thing is ladies or divine feminines, don't worry about the divine masculine being pushed away. If you're setting boundaries for yourself, healthy boundaries to work on yourself, and you're not being a total biatch to him, and some people probably are. That's why you need to watch your actions. Don't be rude to them, but make sure that you step into your queen power and set those boundaries and make them respect them. Don't worry about pushing them away. They will continually think about you. Trust me on that. It's okay to let go and release control and work on you. Be the change you want to see. Accept nothing less. I mean, you know, you can't control your divine masculine, but you can control yourself. And so by working on yourself, you're actually working on, you're helping your divine masculine in the process, and you're helping divine timing. During this time of separation, identify and abolish poor limiting behaviors to include social media behaviors. If you're constantly relying on social media and you're in that bad part of the social media that I said in the beginning, it might be time to make a change. Don't play games. If the DM blocks you, move on with you. Clowns will always be practicing circus acts. Queens don't have time to focus on clowns. She's too busy slaying her day and building a badass life. And focusing on her badass life. No matter what's going on, unrealistic social media such as Facebook, maintain your queen energy at all times, which includes being the light. It's so important to make sure that you maintain your high vibrations and make sure you're maintaining the light. And you know, sometimes when I'm talking about queen energy, you know, it's kind of funny, but it's not funny at the same time. It's serious, but you know, there's some truth to every joke. But it's very important to maintain your high vibration so that way you can maintain the light, so that way that you can not only help yourself, but you can help other people. And I know this for a fact because the more I help people, the more I feel drained, which is this weekend I've really worked hard on maintaining my high vibrations. Basically, we can't be the light if we are low vibes and getting in the drama that's created by clowns. So what we do is we smile, we laugh, and we move on with our life. Soon enough, they will work on themselves and they will turn into kings. It might take a year, it might take more than that, or it might take less if they're smart. But however much time it takes is however much time it takes. The one thing that's in your span of control is yourself. And who cares as long as you're stepping into your power and you're becoming the queen that you're supposed to be. And each of you are high vibrational soul beings. And I'm actually really extremely humbled and happy to assist each of you. I know that the divine has something special for each of you. You must put in the work. I can't express that enough. You have to deliberately put in the work. The divine really has something special for you. You know, if a prize, I just had something come to me. So, this is one thing that I hate, but there's no participation trophies. There's no participation trophies in this journey. And what I mean by participation trophy, you know, the participation trophies that they give every kid, no matter if, you know, just because they're part of a team, you don't get that in this journey. You either win the connection or you don't win the connection. But it's all depending on the work that you're putting in. So I just like to say that, you know, that's the end of my message, but I would like to say that I'm very, very humbled. I cannot express that enough. Very humbled to be able to give you guys the messages and be able to answer the questions that you have. And I look forward to continuing this service and helping as many people as I can. I started out only wanting to help one person because I thought I was only going to get 20 subscribers. I guess that was my self-limiting lack of abundance mentality at the time, or maybe I was just trying to be realistic. But either way, that's what I started out with. And with my messages right now, even though I have almost 3,000 subscribers, if it doesn't resonate with, you know, 2,999 and it resonates with only one, well, I still help one person. And that's what I'm out to do. I'm out here to help one person. So I'd like to say brightest blessings to you guys, to your queens, empresses, kings, or emperors. Thank you for being part of my tribe. Peace, love, and happiness, y'all. Have a great week. I'll talk to you later.